Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Good evening, and welcome to episode 8 and final episode, season 8 of BeBold, Why Not? And you are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, stream.lawin.live, and twitch.tv. And of course, we are brought to you by Lawin Media Network. And tonight we have a very special guest, but before we get to her, I just would like to encourage again our viewers to participate, because the more comments and the more participation you have, the higher your chances are of winning a special prize at the end of the show. Aside from it's the final episode of season 8, it's truly very special tonight because, oh my gosh, I can't even wait to talk and get on the show our very own Atala Tovar. Remember, we started this show together, so it's like a reunion for us, and we're just gonna talk about how life has been, for each of us, and what she's doing now in her career, and at the same time, what has she been doing to impact people in her life. So I'm so glad and I'm so blessed, I'm so privileged to have her in our final episode of season 8 of BeBold, Why Not? No other than my used to be co-host of BeBold, Why Not? Miss Atala Tovar. Come on in, Atala.
Thank you so much, MJ. What a beautiful, beautiful welcome. I just have just joy because it's amazing how after so many years, you are just, not just expanding your purpose, but it's just fascinating to me to see you grow. And thank you again for this beautiful welcome.
Oh, I'm so glad and blessed to have you, Atala. And looking at your background there, we used to film. Right? We used to film in that area when we started BeBold, Why Not? I couldn't believe it's been like more than a couple of years.
That's yes. What I'm thinking, I'm saying it's amazing how time passed, so quickly. But I think our purpose is actually, it's more, I would say, it's stronger, it's more defined, and actually, it's something that over the years, it just make us understand that we came to this world for sharing not just a purpose, but also I would say a legacy.
Yes, absolutely. I can totally relate. And let's just say hi to all our viewers, right? Especially our very loyal viewers from the Philippines. I bet they are excited to see you because I know a lot of them have been following us since the very beginning of BeBold, Why Not? So I'm pretty sure they're all excited to see you tonight. So let me start by asking you, from the time we started BeBold up until now, what have you been doing? What are the most significant changes that you've had in your life?
So many changes, honestly, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I think I have grown spiritually. I see that in my purpose, in the way that I see now life. I'm in resilience also because over these couple of years, almost 3 years, it has been many, not just challenges, but also obstacles that I have overcome. And I think that it has been amazing, the fact that the purpose that one day started just like helping people in the hospital now has been grown, and has been I haven't seen how God has been moving me in different areas, from doing some workshops to coaching people to sometimes having the opportunity to actually go to Canada and just speak to I don't even know how many people were in, I mean, just in this beautiful, beautiful auditorium. And I know that at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's a methodology that I create over the years. I have defined it. And I know now for a fact that has been allowed me to see differences in people's life, but also patience in families, in women. So I'm very, very grateful with God for that.
I know, I really salute you for taking that leap of faith when you left your full-time job at Baylor St. Luke's Medical Center, where we both met, right? So that's been few years, and I know there's been a lot of challenges, as you have said, but here you are a couple of years down the road. I know it's not an easy path whenever we try to make a change, right? Because now I can totally relate, because I myself, in less than like 4 weeks ago, I also took a leap of faith, left my full time nurse practitioner job at MD Anderson Cancer Center, and now I am trying to establish my own business and like trying to go into entrepreneurship. And I know it's not
Sure.
easy, because now I'm like, oh my, I'm actually having doubts and fear. It's like, did I really make the right decision? And I'm like, I've been praying so hard. When I go to church, I still am asking God, please give me sign, please give me assurance. And what can you advise to someone like me? Because you probably see me in, like, see yourself in me years
Absolutely.
ago, right? So what can you advise
I
to
will tell you that this is a beautiful journey. When we are jumping from a very safe job to be an entrepreneur, businesswoman, it is a huge change. Of course, you have to have the mindset, the resilience, the faith, the mentality of doing it, and especially I think also to invest in yourself. And when I'm talking about investing in yourself, it's not just always being able to, like always be rushing and worry, also pausing, also taking time for you to reflect, to breathe, to, to be more in alignment with your purpose. And on daily basis, not just once in a while, because I think entrepreneur, when you become an entrepreneur, businessman, businesswoman, everything changes, of course.
yes.
And especially I think that you have to have faith. My faith is in God, that He gave me the courage to do it, and I know where He's taking me. I have not seen everything yet, but He's given me like little, like opportunity to see how He's placing me in places, and I mean in specific situations with people. It's amazing when you start really reflecting and looking backwards. Like everything has been in alignment, but you have to be very persistent, committed to see your vision and reality, but also you have to every single day take some time to self-evaluation, to avoid criticism, avoid comparison, because I think those situations can take so much energy from you, so you don't need that. But you have to develop or cultivate a true faith. Faith moves mountains, and I have seen that in my life.
Yes, absolutely. I know that. And as you said, take time for yourself. And that's what I did. Like, I quit my job. My last day was like last week of, like, last month, like April 24th to be exact. That was my last day. And that week, my brother and my sister and I, we actually went visited a relative in California. And then my daughter and I went to Portland, Oregon. So those moments that I've missed, because we work so hard. Like, I was working Monday to Friday, 10 hours a day. So technically I was working like 50 hours a week. So
You
when
may be working harder now. I'm sorry for interrupting. But it's different because when you're
Yeah.
working for yourself, everything counts. Your creativity, your time, the reflection, I mean, moments of reflection to everything. So I think the challenge here sometimes will be your mind versus to your purpose, because the mind wanted to take you to different roads, like maybe you're not making it, like what is your vision, you are not there yet. But once that you know for a fact that you're moving, you're taking action, that you are knocking doors, that you believe, in that vision that God has been placing into you, that's it.
I
It's easier
know.
to navigate those challenges.
Yeah, because I feel like because I was working so hard and I was accomplishing something like every day, like 50 hours patient care, right? Now that I'm trying to build this business, like I wanted to really help protect families. So my first goal when I gave up my full-time NP job at MD Anderson is to grow my life insurance business, which is still my main goal. But then as I was thinking, and it's like every day I couldn't see any progress. It's like it's not easy. It's not easy. But then I was telling myself, you know what? Why should I only focus on this thing when I know that God has given me so many gifts that I can actually do things simultaneously? I can still continue to protect people. I mean, it's a relationship business. Of course, I have to build that relationship and trust and clientele and everything. While I'm doing that, I can now also leverage on the things that God has given me, which is I love speaking, you know that. I've been wanting to create my own course to help people grow and become better versions of themselves. I have so much life experience that I can package and help people with. So I'm like, I was thinking to myself, it just dawned on me. It's like an aha moment that this is your moment. God has given you this opportunity to help protect families, serve in a different capacity other than being a nurse practitioner, which I'm still practicing 1 day a week. And then you can also build a package like a course or a coaching program that can also make an impact on other people's lives. So God is giving you the time now. You have the time. So why not?
And one thing, MJ, it's like once that you are in alignment with what you really want, it's like opportunities truly start coming to you. People, sometimes we're fighting internally because we have so many ideas and we want to do many things. And it's okay because it's a process, it's a journey. You learn about yourself, you learn about what are your skills, how you can help people even more, what is your really why you're waking up every single day. So once that you start just really, I think, posting, not listen to so many people, listen to yourself, listen to God, what is,
Yeah.
go ahead and do something, go ahead and send that message, I mean, call this person. That's intuition too, and that comes with an alignment. Many times, I will be honest to you, I haven't been touching any client from the hospital, which is unbelievable. 16 years of service, I have no calling anybody to say here is my services. However, I have been knocking different doors, and those doors has been open. So I say, I wonder what will happen when I go back and truly connect with people that they have known me from 16 years of service. But I think sometimes God is placing you in different environments with different people, with different challenges, because that means that He's opened new opportunities for you. He's shaping your character, your personality, your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit to go forward with what He's going to be really given to you. So I think it's a wonderful journey. It is not easy for anybody, but once that you say yes to yourself, yes to the vision that God has been giving you, that's it. That will come.
I know. I am I mean, I'm a testament to that. I mean, totally, I believe in that. Because now, as I've said, God has given me this opportunity now to actually fulfill whatever calling He has for me. Anyway, we are on our first break. So when we come back, we will talk more about our plans, right? And of course, we're going to talk about your podcast and other things that you have and everything. I'm just so glad that you're here with me tonight, Atala. So we'll see you all after a short break.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
Pinoy Law Group, experienced Filipino attorneys providing clear, affordable legal guidance and determined representation in immigration, family, employment, and civil matters. We offer knowledgeable, compassionate legal counsel tailored to your needs. Find us at www.pinoylawgroup.com. Call Pinoy Law Group at 832-838-9393.
All right, we're
We're
back.
back now.
All right, Atala, before we continue chatting, let's read some of the comments from our viewers. We have a
We love
lot
to.
of comments. So let's see. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at how many comments we have. From Priya Avrilia Ungria Reyes. Good evening, Texas. Hello, Mom MJ. And to our beautiful guest, Mom Atala, watching from Pangasinan. Mabuhay ang Lawin Media Network. And we have Daisel Miral-Siaton. Good evening, Mom MJ, watching from Pangasinan. And then we have Francisco Jasmine Ungria. Good evening, Texas. Hello, Mom MJ. Have a good day watching from Pangasinan. Yes, we have a lot of comments here. Tony Bade. Hello, Mom MJ. Good morning, Philippines. Good evening, Texas. Yes. And then another comment from Daisel Miral-Siaton. Good evening, Texas. Good morning, Philippines. Always watching. BeBold. Why not? Yes, thank you so much. And then we have Rector Julius. Good evening, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan. And of course, we have Daisel again. Good evening to our guest, Ma'am Atala, watching from Pangasinan. Yes, yes. Then we have Prince Lawrence Alvendia. Good evening, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan po. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And then Francisco, hello to our beautiful guest, Ma'am Atala, watching from Pangasinan. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Then Daisel, another lesson naman ang ating matutunan mula sa ating guest, Ma'am Atala, of course. And then we have Mary Grace Serra Rocapor. Good evening, Texas, watching from the Philippines.
Beautiful.
And then we have again Daisel, more power, BeBold, why not? Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. And then Liza Requilman Ungria, good evening, Texas. Hello, Ma'am MJ, and to our beautiful guest. Hello, Ma'am Atala, watching from Pangasinan. Mabuhay ang BeBold, why not? Yes, maraming salamat. So now, Atala.
Beautiful.
I know some
Just
of
nice
those
to
are.
know. I think this is human connection because it doesn't matter where we are. We can always arrive to other, parts of the world, but especially I think through the authenticity, of being you.
Mhm.
And I think that's transmitted even through a camera, even through your voice. It's your energy, and this is wonderful.
Yes, I know. And it's like, that's the beauty of social media, right? Who would have thought that now you can actually really reach like the whole world
Absolutely.
with social media and everything. You can technically go about like beyond. There's no boundaries, right? So
Absolutely.
it's so beautiful. And that's why we can actually really make an impact on other people's lives, just doing this, inspiring people with our stories and everything. So I asked you for some advice earlier, and yes, thank you for that beautiful advice. Have faith, right? I think that's the basic foundation, because if you have faith and if you know that God and you believe that He is there for you, that His plans are there for you. He has plans for each one of us. Our lives has been written even before we were born, right? So I think as long as we follow that and we believe in that, we have faith, God has already laid out
I think
everything.
also speaking words of life because, for example, many times when I'm coaching someone, I see his or her inner dialogue, and usually it's very negative. People, we are not aware how we're speaking life to ourselves or we're speaking death because sometimes we are not really even believing that the opportunity is there for you, that you can make a business, that you can change your complete life, that you can become healthy, many things. So I think that we need to become very aware about, first of all, who is God in your life? Secondly, what is your faith? Are you really moving in faith or are you moving in fear? Two different things. And also about really believing, that's mean also putting, your love, your care in that purpose, in that project, in that speaking event, whatever you're creating. Because when you add love, I think that's also transform the results.
Yes, yes. Now let's talk about your I know you have a website, beautiful website. And other than coaching, I remember you were also making like pieces of jewelry and some merchandise and all
Well,
that.
that's
Maybe
a
you
good,
can
that's
share
a
that
great.
to us.
Actually, they're rebranding everything, and in this new website, it's actually for me, it's just bringing me so much joy because everything that I have been working over the years is now finally it's going to be there. So there is going to be workshops. There are the speaking events. Also, speaking signature talks. I would say that there are also of course, the group coaching. The jury is going to be there. Some products that I have been created with the intention that it's going to be more like a inspirational. It's going to be more transformational. That's what I wanted to say. And also the methodology, because I'm applying the methodology in every single thing that I do, because I have seen the changes, and I think it's like a reset of emotions that you can apply at any moment. So with that methodology, I have been able to create everything else. So I'm very, very happy what is coming next. And especially I'm thankful with God because when He gives you a vision, He will take it. He will make it possible, not in your time, but in His perfect time.
Mhm. So, what is your main niche, if you would want to share it to us? It's more of relationship, right?
Well, it's more people who are going through difficult life transitions, the critical ones in their life, their health, or their business. Because at the end of the day, we're all going through transitions. But I'm talking the ones that really that they shake you, that you cannot be able to sleep, you are not eating, that you are moving in fear, in doubt, in that kind of pain sometimes from the past. Those transitions, those people that are going through transitions like this, I'm I'm going to be happy to just help you because I'm working with emotions, a very deep level. And those emotions really I have seen that most of the time when you're able to reframing, transform everything in your body, in your relationships, in clarity, in energy, productivity, many other things. So it's people who are going through difficult, critical life transitions.
Mhm. Yes, and I know we all have experiences, like we have pain points, but this pain experiences that we have can be turned into a purpose, just like what you're doing now. I know we've heard each other's stories, right? I know you're very open, you're a single mom and all that. It wasn't easy coming to the United States. I mean, it was a lot of struggle, but of course those struggles, you have turned them into something that now you are helping people get
Yeah,
through
and
get through those challenges.
I will tell you something. Sometimes we are not so open to share our stories in Jay because a lot of people they think that I'm just positive because I'm just become positive out of nothing. It was through really, really difficult moments in my life, but I'm so grateful to God that He shaped my mind and my heart in a different way. Today, somebody asked me something about my husband, and I have forgiven him since many years ago. And she asked me, "Are you sure? How do you do that, Atala?" And I was like, "Yes, that happened in the past." So some of my values that I use is they're coming from the 7 pain points in my life, very difficult pain. And now that I'm able to share those values with everybody, they really, really want to know where are they coming from. They come from not just pain, a lot of fear too in my life, but I was able to overcome those emotions and not just ignore them, but transform them on a very deep level. So that's what I know. I know that we all can heal emotionally And when we heal emotionally, we also heal physically. And also our relationships are improving in many other benefits. So definitely I think that we all have a purpose on daily basis, and that we can overcome our problems, our trials, our pain points, and we can actually extract from those difficult moments what is going to be helping you to become better as a human being first. And then it will give you a higher purpose for sure.
Yes, and whatever those pain points or experiences or struggles that you've overcome, it will help somebody that's going through the same experiences. And I think that's the reason why we all go through these struggles, and not everybody go through them at the same time. There are people that may go through it earlier in life so they can help those people that are going through it now. So again, I believe in that we all have experiences, and the reason we have these experiences is because God has put us here in this position to help the person that we used to be. I mean, the best wisdom and experiences and lessons we get from actually experiencing those difficulties. You cannot advise someone, right, who is
Yes,
going through divorce if you have not been through it, right? It's
yes,
hard because yeah, so that's why we have those experiences. You learn from somebody, like if you, for example, if you want to become a musician, you want to learn from somebody who's good at music. If you want to become an actor, you want to learn from someone who's a good actor. So you want to learn from someone who actually have the expertise and who've been through the struggles of becoming the person that they are now, because that is our purpose in this world, right?
I
And I
really think
know,
so,
yeah.
absolutely. It's like, for example, I remember one time, MJ, I was in one university in Mexico, and I was invited to give a speech. So they asked me about life transitions, and I create my own signature talk and everything. But at the end of the talk, somebody asked me, everything that you say is right, but what about when you have a loved one that has been kidnapped? And I look at her, and my heart just was so touched by what she said, because my father was there in front in the first line, and he was kidnapped several years
Oh.
ago. So absolutely, I knew her feeling, her emotion, her fear, inspiration. So I told her I would be very happy to talk to you after. The amazing thing, MJ, was that I followed with her for 4 months, just calling her, you know, just sharing like God is able to do more than we can even ask or imagine, that she needed to move in faith. I was just sometimes praying with her. And it was beautiful when after almost 4 months and a half, she called me back and she said that her niece was released. And I was super happy because you never know how your story can actually just transform your pain into really purpose. So that's where those values are coming from. Several, 6, 7 really pain points in my life that now when I just turn around, I say thank you, because those moments were painful, but allow me to see that I can share these values, that they are very, very noble, that they can cultivate in their lives, and that they actually have a lot of benefits.
Mhm. Yes, yes. I mean, that's why what you do as a coach, I mean, is very empowering, right? And God is like in every stage in our lives, we go through failures, trials, obstacles, you name it, we have it. Nobody's spared from, right? But we have to honor those struggles. At the same time, God is preparing us for the biggest stage in our life. Do you think you already are on that stage and you're just tweaking it and working on it? I mean, of all the experiences you've had, do
I
you
would
feel
say
like you've
definitely.
reached that?
Yes, because before it was so many ideas. I think now he has been refined, kind of update even what is really my call in this life. And I think that we need to go through those transitions and sometimes those just pain points after the event, after when you say this is what I wanted to do for other people, but you need to simplify. You need to actually go to the bottom of your pain again, because you don't see it obviously with the eyes of fear or doubt or guilty or nothing like that. You just see them from the healing point. So now you're able to truly navigate through those emotions differently, and you really are able to help other people to not just stay in the pain, but from the pain, help them to heal. If that makes sense. That's
Yes.
what I think that's my joy, because it's beautiful to see families united. And I remember, and Jane, somebody connect with me and say, I know you can help me. So he referred me to two family members that he was always listening to them, but say I cannot handle anymore. I mean, it has been overwhelmed for me. So they came here, and it was beautiful, beautiful to see how they were able to communicate, to see each other, to breathe at the same time, to hug each other. They were in tears, and I was. And I was too, because it is possible. We all are carrying so much, emotions from the past, people that we need to release as well, actions that maybe they don't belong to us anymore in the present. So we need to be able to transition from that pain, that past, into the present, and actually welcome healing into our lives.
Yes, yes. Oh my, we already are on our second break. So let's go on our second break, and when we come back, we will continue with our very great conversation with Tala. So see you after a bit. All right, we're back. Okay, so let's read more comments from our viewers.
MJ, let me tell you, it's just really nice to be able to spend this beautiful time together again, because
yes,
it's like,
and we have more. Yeah, we have more comments. I think we've read this comment in the earlier, but anyhow, from Priya, good evening, Texas. Hello, Mom MJ, and our beautiful guest, Mom Atala, watching from Pangasinan, and mabuhay ang Lawin Media Network. Yes, thank you so much. Mom Atala, you look so young. Oh, wow, that's good. That's good. And any other comments? Anyway, yeah, let's talk about now. I know you just said you feel like you're at that stage where now you're just really trying to grow your coaching business, and that you're going to continue what you're doing, and that God has put you in this calling, right? Now you have that perfect clarity of what you really want to do.
You just mentioned.
Yes.
Clarity is fundamental. In that way, you know how to put all your energy, all that, creativity, inspiration. Yes. Sometimes I think that we lack clarity, because it's perfectly fine. We're figuring out, we're exploring, we're trying to find out if that's is this coaching, is this speaking, is this training. I love speaking too, but you start expanding your vision. That's what happened. Clarity gives you the opportunity to see even a bigger vision, right? And explore different areas that you may think that you don't have anything to do, but God is so wise. He takes you to places and people and situations where He's going to be using you with the clarity that He has been giving you.
Yeah. So, Atala, I know I can totally relate, but we've been through so many things. Like sometimes we just sabotage our dreams. And I know one of the reasons that we may sabotage whatever our dreams are is we compare, right? We tend to compare ourselves with other people or their achievements and all that. And then we struggle with that because there are so many things that we want and we focus on the things that we don't even have. So other than comparison, we focus on the things that we don't have. We don't really focus on what we have and how we can make the most of the blessings that we have. Now, do you struggle with that? Like comparison? I know comparisonitis. Like there.
Honestly, no, because I know how my mind works, how my heart works. So it's like it doesn't even make sense to put energy where there is nothing that you're gonna be able to achieve, to obtain. No, I'm very I'm trying to really kind of compare myself with myself. I mean, that's
Yes.
for sure, because I can always evolve, become better as a person, as a human being, and add more value to people. Yes, but try to look at left and right and see, no, because it's so much noise that I learned to shut down the noise, to be able to be more connected with my heart, my spirit. I need to be so an alignment because I see people and I hear their stories, their lives. So I need to be like ready for them to really serve them to a higher level, because remember, comparison take away your focus, but also your productivity and your energy. So I learned that to protect my energy.
Yes, and it's very important because again, negative energy or low energy, it's not good. It's not good for you internally because it can affect us, right? So we shouldn't let all this outside noise and distractions affect us. And I think that's the great thing about being a coach, because you go through these experiences and you learn how to actually like battle this whatever this sabotaging about what we do want to do in life, and we just lose focus, we get distracted and all these things. So I think that's one thing that we have to learn as a coach. And if you're at that point where you can actually just silence all the noise outside of you, then you are in a position to actually really help a lot of people.
Actually, I
So
will tell you, I will share with you the methodology that I create has been helping me too. I practiced before, before even start sharing. It's just about breathing in consciously, back a stretch, putting everybody say, put your hand into your heart, which is true. But it's like inhaling in 7 seconds, open your lungs. And then I invite everybody, and I do it myself when I'm kind of stressed or something. I just choose one value. I say I choose compassion toward myself today. And I imagine really speaking, nicely, about me. I also I put myself in a situation, and just it's all about visualization and connection with emotions, but you feel it. And then just in 7 seconds too, you hold that image, you feel it, and then just release whatever doesn't serve you. So it's like a reset of emotions, and it has been helping me tremendously to just kind of be more present with myself. And even though sometimes stress is there, because it's true, it's not like a no, absolutely, but it's easier to navigate. And of course, you have to do it constantly. You can use gratitude or love, or you can use the value of peace, of forgiveness, for example. So it's just different values that I have been able to kind of use in different situations, and actually helps tremendously your nervous system to even feel more at ease.
yes, I think, yeah, meditation. I think that's breathing, meditation, those things can actually reset, reset us, right? And I think those, when you have those quiet moments where you just breathe in and just manifest gratitude and intention and meditate, we connect. Because I love the way you say it, where you have to connect with yourself, right? And
Yes,
then,
because if not, think about it. We're always having so many, not just thoughts, also emotions, MJ. We're
mhm,
carrying emotions all the time. you have an appointment, and in the appointment you have a very nice conversation with someone. You carry that emotion, believe it or not, maybe a frustration, maybe anger. So I use this. This is the methodology that I create because it resets not just your thoughts, but especially your emotions, and you are able to choose the value that will serve you the most. Mm-hmm. So instead to going from from work to home directly, you breathe in, you choose a value, maybe empathy. So you connect with the empathy, you feel the empathy, you visualize it, how you're moving in empathy. So when you go home, you want to be more caring toward your kids, your husband. That makes sense, but not just doing once. You need to know how your body's working. What do you need in that moment? What is the value that will really, really help you? And every time that you're breathing in, you are just learning how to feel more at peace.
Yeah. And silence those negative thoughts and negative talks, right? We have to silence them. Oh, it's so exciting. I'm just so glad that we are talking about personal, like growth and development and human connection and making an impact using our experiences to help others. Do you have any person or like a guru in mind that you actually really just can resonate to and you follow and kind of guide you?
I like Dr. Dispenza. I like Dr. Dispenza. I like also Maria Rojas, which is a psychologist, great psychologist from Spain. I love to just listen to gratitude, a different kind, no specific person, but just people who talks about gratitude because it's one of the values that I use. And I like to just being able to learn from not just specific people, but people who resonate in that moment. I like neuroscience too, because it helped me also to understand more my brain. I like also to learn about the mindset, but especially because I need to learn more about how can I help myself to be more in alignment with my body, my heart, my spirit. Not just your mind, but your mind needs to be in synchronicity with your heart. That alignment should be fundamental because it's like a beautiful dance. It's not just the mind that we're thinking clear and we're becoming very productive. No. You need to cultivate your heart because from here is beautiful the energy that it can just expand and transform also.
Yes, my daughter is a dancer, so I can totally understand. Being a dancer is not just making the moves. It's not. Being a dancer is expressing yourself and actually feeling the music, and people will be able to like connect with you with your moves better.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because I see that from my daughter. It's not that I'm saying she's a great dancer, but well, she is. I'm so proud because literally anybody like actors, you feel them because they express what they are, right? What the role is, a dancer, a musician. So in life, the same thing. When we make an impact on other people, it's because we have the feeling, we already have that connection, we have the experience that can actually help them become a better version of themselves. And it's a continuous process. Nobody can change overnight. We all are like going through this process of becoming better and better and better. And sometimes we may take a setback, but then we step forward. Those setbacks, it's just meant to actually make us better. So anyway, we still have a minute, but when we come back, we're going to talk about your podcast.
I would
right? Yeah, when we come back, we're going to talk about your podcast. At the same time, we're going to talk a little bit of maybe what we can plan to do together, right? I know since we started BeBold, we've been wanting to do something and collaborate. And now I think it's time. So anyway, we'll be back after our short break. See you. Atala. Let's talk about your podcast. Yeah, tell us what your podcast title is and what day of the week and what is your main, like, what is it about?
Thank you, MJ. Well, this is called the El Valor de Sanar, the courage to heal. And I choose that topic because that's exactly what is my call in this life. It's about healing. It's about learn. It's about just expressing, not just expressing the world, creating just like a moment of, it's just really like, truly believe that we all can heal. That doesn't matter the past. You can always embrace your present with forgiveness, with faith, with love, with gratitude for all your experiences. So what this podcast means to me is like the opportunity to share more a pose in the world, share that opportunity to choose the value that people needs the most. I use the methodology. I invite people over, and it's beautiful because, for example, tomorrow I have a very good friend of mine that she also has an amazing story in healing, and this is it. It's not just about me. It's about inviting people to come and share their stories of healing, and healing. That's not something minor. It's really like sometimes even very traumatic situations in life that has happening, but that the person has been able to heal and overcome. Or maybe a person who has been extremely ill from cancer and has been able to turn around, and now is a person that is not just healed, but has an amazing purpose in his life or in her life. Or it's also a person who it was just having issues with finances, and I was able to heal his finances and actually become a entrepreneur, very well known in Houston. So it touched three doors, as I call it, which is life, health, and leadership. But everything is just in alignment with healing, with the opportunity that we all have to heal.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I can't wait because I'll be your guest next Tuesday, right?
We're going to be looking to have you there, which I'm sure is going to be amazing. And it's just going to be so beautiful to also share your story that has been very transformative. It's not just healing,
Yes.
it's transformation as well.
Yes, I'd be so honored to be on your show. And I am, as I've told you, I mean, I love speaking. I love sharing. And it doesn't matter if I'm prepared or not. You know, and that's the beauty.
To have everyone in this show, next Tuesday, 11 o'clock. We're going to send an invitation previously because it will be an honor for me to have you there as well.
Yes, yes. I'm so excited. And also, as we have been talking and planning, we have to have this event. So, what do you think about that, Atala? I'm so excited that we can finally collaborate and like create an actual event here in Houston, like a transformation event for women and men who want to help grow. I mean, the help to grow themselves, right? And as I've said, can you share, by the way, can you share to us what's your signature story or signature message?
Well, mine is
Or
resilience. Absolutely. It's about embracing life transitions, the critical ones, and be able to truly heal. And from that healing now for me is like the opportunity to invite people to truly not change the past, but just heal, emotional healing. Because I see, for the most part, people who I have been talking, family members also, we all carry too much luggage, emotional luggage. And that's the one that keeps us stuck in relationships, in business, in even creates health problems. So to me, it was like a wake-up call and say, yes, this is what I wanted to share. This is my legacy. Promoting those values. Values is love, gratitude, compassion, empathy, kindness, forgiveness, and faith, and using in the healing process, emotional healing. And for me, that's like my legacy. I would say that.
yes, because emotional strength, or they say emotional intelligence is very important, because there might be people out there who have the highest IQ, or they may be good in academics and all that, but if they don't have the emotional strength and resilience, I mean, they can break down easily, right? And I know that's why we have a lot of psychologists, we have a lot of like counselors, because people need help emotionally and mentally, because it's not easy to go through all this, challenges in life. And then people who even we think are the most successful, sometimes they go through those things. So I salute you for doing that, because it's not an easy task to do, to
Let me
heal
just let me
people
just something with
emotionally.
something with you, MJ. I think that also what opened my eyes was for me my experience in St. Luke's, because I was guiding so many patients and very very young entrepreneurs, leaders, businessmen, and they ended having a heart attack, stent, sometimes strokes, and they were very young, but they were carrying a lot of stress, burnout, emotions that they never talk about it. So for me, it was like a unbelievable, but it's true. If we don't release our emotions, especially the ones that they are hoarding our immune system, they are creating high cortisol, inflammation.
Uh-huh.
Really, like I mean, in many different areas. I mean, of our body is constantly that stress. So if we don't have ways to release, sooner or later our body is gonna feel it and it's gonna react in a way that we're
Oh
not
yeah.
expecting. So that's what opened my eyes even more, to see very young people ending in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I believe that we need to create more time. I'm not talking about hours, I'm talking about the spaces in where we can pause, we can breathe, we can write, we can sing if that's what you like to do. We can have different areas, I mean, activities for even for a few minutes that will help your body to just feel more at ease. I think this is fundamental. Kids, adults, I mean, everybody carries so much stress in these days that you see a lot of times students, I mean, or teenagers, young adults, ending with panic attacks,
Mm.
with this desire of taking away their lives sometimes.
Yeah, I know suicide rate in young
Yeah.
also, yes, is getting or increasing. And I totally agree with you. Being a healthcare professional, we it's a known fact that stress is actually a cause of a lot of these illnesses, right? So having this avenue to express ourselves and having someone like an expert like you with emotional resilience that can actually guide and provide ways to cope with whatever stress we have, anxiety or anything that can affect our physiological bodies. I mean, technically stress is the number one cause of any change in our physiological function, right? And can cause these illnesses. So I'm with you. I mean, I'm like, I can totally relate. And yes, we have to be able to provide guidance to these people. And just having someone who can listen to you with open minds and open heart, that's already a plus. I grew up in a very stressful, dysfunctional family. And I think the reason I was able to cope and build resilience and came out of those struggles in life is because I had friends. One, of course, I have God, number one. And then also, I have people that I was able to share my struggles with, and that they helped me. It makes you feel better whenever you cry. Crying is okay too, it's very therapeutic. You're feeling bad, just cry it. Those tears will wash away whatever hard and very heavy feeling you have. And then you have somebody that is listening to you, who cares about you. And so, coaches like us, like you, I mean, we can make a really big difference in people's lives. We can help them get through and cope with whatever struggles they're going through. So, Atala, how can people find you? You have
Actually,
a social media, you have your website. Go ahead and let us know how people can find you.
thank you so
So,
much, MJ. They can
yeah.
find me through Instagram, and it's atala.tovar, Tod as Victor AR. It could be also through LinkedIn, Atala Tovar. Through Facebook, same thing, Atala Tovar. And my website is atalatovar.com, who's going to be live next week. So I'm looking forward to share. This has my new branding, the purpose, all my services, everything there. So I would be looking forward to truly just share with that faith and clarity what I have been working for so many years. Finally.
Wow, I congratulate you. I'm so happy for you. I know I will get there. And I know we can do things together. We can help.
Absolutely.
Yes, we can help each other to make an impact, to help people become better versions of themselves. And just to help people cope with the chaos in this world, right? Because it's just reality. Reality
It
is,
is. Can I share this? Sometimes in coaching sessions, first of all, I appreciate the trust and the confidence because they don't even know me. Sometimes people refer to me, but when we're talking and in the process of no evaluation, but just about just letting go, reset emotions, it is unbelievable how many times we carry emotions for 25, 30 years, 35 years, 40 years, and those emotions has been overlapping in your
mhm.
body, in your thoughts, in your relationships, in your productivity, in not sleeping well. I think we're worth to letting go because we all need to be able to sleep with more peace. We're able to have better relationships, healthy relationships, and even more than that. So I absolutely always invite people to find someone that can listen to you. Don't keep your emotions for yourself because it will hurt you, but also it will hurt your family. And I think that's something that also opened my eyes to say when a person heals or is working in himself, herself, always gonna change her environment or his environment for the best.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, it can affect everybody around, right? If we're not acting right, the whole family is distressed.
Yes.
But if we fix ourselves and we're able to act with, with our best selves, then your family can feel it. So,
Absolutely. And your
yeah,
business too will feel it because everything is, believe it or not, is energy. A thought can create energy, frequency. A negative thought will also affect your business, your energy, your productivity. Absolutely.
yes. Now, Atala, what are your best advice that you can give to all our viewers, with all the wisdom you have had going through all the struggles in life? What would be the most important advice you can give to us and our viewers?
I will say learn to forgive. When you learn to forgive from your heart, not just from your mind, it's actually a joy. It's liberation. It's gratitude because you feel different. It's like you unblock many opportunities, and actually you are able to share um, forgiveness with, I mean, toward your past, toward people who hurt you that they were not conscious most probably, and toward yourself as well. So I think the art of forgiveness. I will invite everybody to think about it. Who do you need to forgive? And how do you want to feel, especially? Because when you decide, it's a choice forgiveness. When you choose to forgive, you will heal in all areas of your life, but also
Mhm.
your family.
Wow, that's amazing. That's very profound. Yes, I love it when you said when you choose to forgive, you will heal in every area of your life. And it's not only that, you are blessing the person that had done you wrong. So what's greater than being a blessing to others, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. So, oh my gosh, I love it, Atala, and I'm so glad that you were with me this evening in our
Me
final
too.
episode of season
What a
8.
blessing. What a blessing
Yes.
and privilege. And I'm just wanted to say that I love to see you grow as well. That I have faith that God has amazing, amazing opportunities for you and that you want to be able
Thank
to
you.
just help so many people as well.
Thank you so much, Atala. So before we end the show, let's see who our winners are for our game tonight. So let's see. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of comments. We can't even see. Right? So we're gonna pick 2 winners tonight. Okay, let's see who our first winner is. Drum roll. Wow, that's a lot of comments. Congratulations, Daisel Miral Siaton. Congratulations, you know how to claim your prize. And let's pick another winner. All right, so let's see. Drum roll. Let's see who our next winner is. Arare Kilman Umbria, congratulations. Wow, to both our winners tonight, congratulations. And again, thank you so much for always watching the show. And you know, this is our final episode for season 8. So we're going to come back for season 9, but we're going to take a little break, probably about 4 weeks. We'll see, we'll make announcements. So you're not going to be seeing us, or we're not going to have a show for the next 4 weeks. Just a reminder, okay? And then we're going to come back for season 9, even better. Be bold, why not, right? So again, Atala, thank you very much for being my guest tonight. I love it. I mean,
A pleasure. It was my
I
pleasure.
know. You know, God is so good, right? So God is so good. Like nothing happens by accident. Nothing. So anyway, to all our viewers, thank you again for watching us, and see you next season. All right. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. God bless you.